hyperfixation has been on matcha. It is so hard to find a good matcha recipe on the internet because they'll be too sweet, they won't be thick enough, and they don't put the right amount of powder with the water. All my friends who don't like matcha, who have had my drinks and have had matcha from me, like it now. So I really do think that my recipes for matcha are fucking good. Also, y'all like my fit? I got these glasses from Kubo Ram, and then we've got this Avisu knit, Avisu Palace knit. For the first one, we're gonna be making a honey cinnamon matcha. To start off, grab your matcha, right? Now I've gone through so many different matchas. This one, out of all the ones that I've had, tastes the best so far. So we are going to do 3, I'm running low, fuck. Okay, 3 of these. I don't know exactly what the measurements are, but it's 3 with this. When you buy a matcha set, it will come with that. But I always sift my matcha powder. Also, the other day, I was at a restaurant for my graduation and I was just in awe, because it was a nice restaurant, right? I was in awe by how many fucking utensils there were. Like, I sit down to eat and there's 5 spoons and 17 forks. 17 forks. And it's like, what the fuck do you use all these utensils for? Why do we have so many utensils? Can't we just use one and wipe it off? Why is there so much going on here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, no. Not me throwing things already. First step is to heat up some water, okay? So anyway, to keep the longevity of your whisk, put it in some warm water and let it sit before you whisk your stuff. Yeah, I was just in awe. But I graduated, which is fucking crazy. I can't believe I graduated. I put this much milk in. I hate when people don't give you exact measurements. Like, I come to you to watch this video to get measurements. And then you're gonna sit there and be like, I put this much, I don't know. Like, that's so fucking unhelpful. Anywhere between 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of milk is how much that you should be putting. I would actually say stick to 3/4 of a cup. Okay, add some cinnamon. This one is gonna be up to your discretion how much you like. I like a good amount. Anyway, and then take your, what is this called? Frother. Take your frother and froth your milk. So put your milk aside. Again, when I was a kid, I used to have insane dreams, right? Like, the dream was about Care Bears. You would think not too crazy, right? Wrong. Also, froth your matcha so that it has a lot of air bubbles, but don't go in circles, only go back and forth. Yeah, but basically, I was getting ready for school, and then me and my dad were like walking to school. He was holding my hand. I was definitely in 2nd grade, and he was holding my hand, and then in my book bag, a Care Bear crawls out of my book bag. And then I switch from my point of view to the Care Bear's point of view, and I'm like walking to school, and I quite literally remember as the Care Bear in my dream, I pull out a gun and shoot my father in the head. I don't know what kind of dreams I was having. I don't know what the fuck I was watching as a child to have me have that type of dream. But that shit fucked me all the way up. And after that, I was like, I cannot do Care Bears any longer. And it was the orange Care Bear. Now I've resolved my problems with Care Bears. I no longer am scared. But I just think it's so funny that that was my dream. Like, that, if somebody were asking, like, what's your craziest dream? That would have had to be top 5. This is matcha number 1. It is the cinnamon honey matcha. It is so pretty. I'll get closer so y'all can see. Like, look at how beautiful she is. I might even say use less milk. Depends on how milky you like your matchas. I actually prefer mine a little bit less milkier than this. I would do 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup of your milk. Next up, we have the maple lavender matcha. this one is my favorite by far. If you don't have lavender syrup from Monin, though I do suggest getting it because it's so good. I use it for other things like soda and things like that because it's just not too much sugar and it tastes so lavendery. It's so good. If you don't have this, that's okay. You can use it with just maple, but I would put a little bit more maple than I'm putting in. Yeah, like, can you really beat a lavender maple matcha? If you go anywhere, they're gonna charge you $9. If you buy this and buy this and buy what you need, if you make this 10 times, you are saving so much money. Say $8, $9 for a matcha, for a coffee. It's so expensive. Literally last week, I went to my parents' house and I was just hanging out, right, and blah, blah, blah. We have a dog. Her name is Pepper. If you've been following me for a while, you know Pepper. You know what she looks like. She gets into things. She'll go into bushes and she'll get dirty, which is fine. Like, it's normal for a dog. Like, that's just normal, right? We try to let her do whatever she wants to do, run around the farm, because she's crazy. Got into a tick nest. So it's one and a little bit of the pumps of the Monin lavender. Put it into your milk glass. Milk glass, lavender, maple, into your matcha, okay? This is important. Ooh. Anyway, so she ran into a tick nest and we had to sit there and we picked off quite literally 50 odd ticks off her body. It was ridiculous. If you have a dog and they like to get into shit, just be careful of ticks because she was acting sad and she was slow and we were like, why does she seem so sad and upset? And it's because that bitch was covered in ticks. Covered. This is what it should look like, nice and frothy. This goes for all of our matchas. Half a cup. Froth your milk. So now we've got lavender milk and our matcha. Get your ice. I always like to put my ice in first before the matcha because it makes it look so much better. Oops. Fuck. That's what happens when you froth your milk too much. You get too goddamn excited. Lavender, maple, matcha. Final matcha, okay? I like doing this video, so I might do another one of these. So this is a brown sugar and vanilla matcha. It just requires brown sugar, which you can substitute for white sugar, and pure vanilla extract. Okay, that's it. That's all this one requires. And this one is also one of my favorites. I'm a liar because I'm gonna say every single one's my favorite every single time because I came up with these. So we're gonna do the exact same thing that we've been doing, okay? Your matcha powder, and you do 3. Also, I'm wasting so much matcha powder because there's no way I'm gonna be able to drink all these. The last topic I would like to bring up is the topic of what people say. Because I was having this conversation with my mom literally yesterday. We were just hanging out, she was in town, and we were just talking. My brown sugar is also rock solid, so not good. Anyway, I was talking to my mom, and she was just telling me about somebody she was talking to who was like saying things, but they weren't really doing what they were saying, and everybody's had their fair experience of that. I'm using half a tablespoon of brown sugar. This one you don't really measure, but if you want to measure, you can. It's 1/4 of a tablespoon, the pure vanilla extract into your matcha, okay? Here's my thing, right? People can say whatever they want, but if their actions don't match what they're saying, then it's bullshit. And everybody knows this. Everybody knows that. But my real thing about it is words of affirmation, they're great, right? I love you, I'll do these things for you, right? Words of affirmation without actions to back up those affirmations are just words. And I think once you separate that from what somebody's doing, then it makes it a lot easier to understand that people just sometimes say shit and not to take everything that somebody says at face value. And this is not me like, I don't want this to be like, oh, I'm sending subs. This is not. This is just something I've realized. I realized this with my relationships, with friends, with family. When people say that they're gonna, I fucked up. When people say that they're gonna do something and they don't do something, then they didn't want to do it. And that's okay. maybe they forgot. You can give leniency sometimes because some people forget or some people, whatever. But try to separate what people do from their words. And if they line up, then that's great. But if they don't line up, then you have to reevaluate something. This also just goes hand in hand with saying things for yourself and not saying things for other people. Don't say things for how other people will react. This is, again, not an absolute rule. As somebody who's a chronic people pleaser, to try to say things for yourself and not for other people is a really hard lesson to learn. And I'm trying to learn it. You'll say things in a roundabout way because you're afraid of hurting somebody's feelings, right? It just makes things more complicated. And I'm saying this as somebody who does it. So learning how to just say things that you mean is really important. Like, it just smells so good. This is just great recipes. Like, and there you go. Now you have what did I make? Brown sugar, pure vanilla extract, matcha. So good. Anyway, I have to clean up. I also have to start my day because now I've made 3 matchas and it's 10 a.m. And yeah, let me know if I should do other types of drinks like alcohol drinks, coffees, matchas. Let me know if y'all want more of these. And also, I'm so happy to be back on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, bye.